Hello, folks. Welcome to the MegaMets podcast with their final New Japan tour prediction, at least for this calendar year. We'll do one later for Christmas for Wrestle Kingdom. But tonight we look at the last long-term tour for New Japan, the World Tag League. 16 teams split between two blocks. First time that's happened since 2017. The tournament will start November 20th in Corkin Hall and wrap up on December the 10th in Kumamoto. Our participating teams are in the A block: Shota, Umino, and Ren Narita; Tomohiro, Ishii, and Toru Yano, their first team up in about 3 years; the Great Khan and HENARE; Shane Haste and Mikey Nicholls; Gabe, and Alex Coughlin; Evil and Yujiro Takahashi; from Pro Wrestling Noah, Kaito, Kiyomiya, and Ryohei Oiwa; and from AEW, 2/3 of the Gates of Agony, Bishop, Kuan, and Toa Liona.
This is going to be big, I swear.
While over in the B block, we have, let me just get to it.
Let me, because I haven't done something like this in some time. In the B block, we have Bishamon, YOSHI-HASHI, and Hiroki Goto, IWGP Tag Team Champions for 2021 and 2022 WTL winners. This is their 5th entry, 4th consecutive.
Yep.
We also have Hikuleo and El Phantasmo, strong openweight tag team champs.
The G.O.D B team, and you skipped one actually.
G.O.D B team. I'm going through it in order.
Yeah.
Next up,
you missed the team of Yuji Nagata and Minoru Suzuki.
I was about to reach that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Anyway, Yuji Nagata and Minoru Suzuki, which is their debut entry. Next, we have just 5 guys: Taichi and Yuya Uemura. We also have Yota Tsuji and Z making their debut entry, although I find Z isn't blank. All will become clear at a live event this weekend at Utsunomiya. We also have Soberano Jr. and Atlantis Jr. Yeah, that's a lot.
From the CMLL.
Mm-hmm. This should be interesting. Next, we have Monster Sauce, Lance Archer, and Alex Zane. This should be nice. And we have the Road Army of the Bullet Club, Bad Luck Fale, or rather Bad Luck Fail, and Jack Bonza.
It's pronounced Fale, but whatever.
And I got it wrong. So this will be interesting. 8 teams on A block, 8 teams on B block, and this might prove to be interesting.
Especially since we have a semifinal format, which will happen on December the 8th.
Yes.
We'll kick it off with the event in Corkin Hall. Scroll down to the 5th match. And we started off with TMDK versus the Gates of Agony.
What match are you in? Like for which one is it? The 17th, I believe. Or is it the World Tag League one? Let me see.
World Tag League cards.
Okay, let's check through the card. Not showing anything else, but okay. Which one are we looking at? The A League or the B?
20th starts at the A block.
20th starts in the A. 20th starts in the A block at Corkin Hall.
Yep.
All right, let's skip all the way to the 5th match, huh? Okay. A block tournament: Shane Haste and Mikey Nicholls versus Toa Liona and Bishop God.
Like I said, TMDK versus the Gates of Agony.
Oh, this might prove to be an interesting throw ride.
I mean, you give the newbie team a bone here, or you let the experience win out. Usually when New Japan does these tournaments and they have a debuting entry team, depending on the caliber of the team, I say you throw them a bone. And on that alone, I'm giving it to the Gates of Agony.
I figured you would do that. I give for the others, Shane Haste and Mickey Nicholls.
Next up, oh brother, Toru Yano and Tomohiro Ishii versus Yujiro Takahashi and Evil of the House of Torture.
Let the House of Torture suffer.
Yeah, especially when Yano's more of a scheming trickster, where the House of Torture are just plain out malicious thugs.
They've always been malicious. Is it any wonder?
True. I'm actually going to give this to the House, seeing as how Yano and Ishii have not teamed in 3 years. The reason being,
you are not serious about this decision.
Unfortunately, I am. The reason being, Ishii has not. Yano has spent the last 2 tournaments teaming with Hiroshi Tanahashi as Bebop Tag Team. Unfortunately, this year, he can't do that because Tanahashi's got a New Japan World Television title match against Zack Sabre Jr. in the Tokyo Dome.
Well, this might prove to be disadvantageous. Sorry, but my vote's on Yano and Ishii.
Fair enough. Ryohei, Oiwa, and Kaito Kiyomiya from Noah taking on Alex Coughlin and Gabe Kidd. We all know this is basically the last leg of Oiwa's excursion loan in Noah.
Fair enough.
And when you consider how Bullet Club has gotten younger, more physical, and a lot more violent with its core unit, I'm giving this to the War Dogs.
I may as well do the same for the War Dogs.
Main event, Ren Narita and Shota Umino versus United Empire's HENARE and the Great Okan. I'm giving this to the Shooter, to the Roughneck, and the Son of Strong Style.
I'm also giving it to them, Narita and Umino.
Next up, B Block in action in Corkin Hall.
The 21st.
Yep. Scroll down.
On one side, we have Suzuki and Nagata against the double juniors, Soberano and Atlantis Jr.
This is a tough one. I mean, considering that this is the old, Suzuki and Nagata are the old man team in this, literally, they're both 55 years old. Not as a knock on their age. I've seen them go in the ring. They still got it. And they have been longtime rivals since high school. So the question is, can they get along here?
I don't know if they're going to get along. That's the problem.
Yeah. Whereas Soberano Jr. and Atlantis Jr., these are two luchadores who know who will get along.
Of course, this might get ugly fast. But if I were to make a pick, I would choose Soberano and Atlantis Jr.
Same here.
Good choice.
Monster Sauce versus the Rogue Army.
Jesus. This will be interesting.
For those wondering what the heck is the Rogue Army, this is Bullet Club's Tamaishi or Oceania branch offshoot, run by Balak Fale. Mostly graduates from his dojo in Auckland that he's taken under his wing. To form his own little subgroup.
Yeah. So if I were to pick, I would go for Zane and Archer.
Everybody dies.
Yes, they do.
But
now we move on to the seventh match. Uemura and Taichi versus Z and Yoda Tsuji. Oh yeah. Sorry, let's rewind. Go pick your pick. Sorry, I'm in.
As far as I'm concerned, with how Fale is, fuck him. I'm taking Rogue Army.
Fair enough.
Now we get
yes. You may proceed.
Guys versus LIJ.
Oh man, and it's here when we finally reveal Z.
I thought we weren't finding that out until Saturday or Sunday.
Mm-hmm. If I were to pick, I'll go with Uemura and Taichi.
I'm going Tsuji and Z. Whoever Z is, it's going to be a vicious one. Though to be
It'll
fair,
probably be a vicious one at least.
Though to be fair, if it's someone who Yoda met during his excursions in either Mexico or Red Pro in Britain, there's only one guy that I think fits that bill.
Yeah.
Rampage.
Of course.
The problem with that is Rampage is part of the Legion, a subgroup of the United Empire.
Yeah. This may prove to be a bit problematic.
Mm-hmm. Next up, Bishamon against G.O.D. in the main event.
This might be interesting.
Now, considering both teams are champions, I do not expect them to get out of the elimination portion of the block.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to pick, there's more experience on the side of Bishamon, so I'm going with them.
Fair enough. Be right back.
Bathroom.
Sorry about that. I had to answer the door because it just kept ringing and all that. Anyway, where were we?
Thanksgiving Day, Yokohama Budokan.
Thanksgiving Day. Oh yeah, I haven't made my vote yet. Oh wait, I did. Yoshi. I would have picked
You
for the
went
main event.
Bishamon in the last match.
The last match. Who did you pick?
I also went Bishamon on the second.
Good
match.
idea. Anyway, now we get to the main event.
That was the main event.
Oh yeah, now we get to the good stuff. The World Tag League on November 23rd in Kanagama.
Someone's going to be eating turducken tonight.
Yes, rest in peace, John Madden. We still miss him. Anyway, we have Yano and Ishii versus Liona and Kuan.
The Gates of Agony.
Great. Not these guys. Screw the Gates of Agony. I choose Yano and Ishii.
I'll take Yano and Ishii as well.
Good idea. Next up.
HENARE and Okan versus Kiyomiya and Oiwa. I'm going to give this to Kiyomiya and Oiwa.
I'm going to give it to HENARE and Great Okan.
Okay.
This might be an interesting one.
True. Narita and Umino versus Coughlin and Kid. In my opinion, this is a match between the two teams I think will get out of the A block. Because when you look at the A block, it's a lot more stacked than it is in the B block.
You're right about that.
I'm
Absolutely right.
If it boils down to tiebreakers, I'm giving this to Umino and Narita.
I'm gonna give it also to Narita and Umino.
Main event, Mighty Don't Kneel against House of Torture.
Oh no, not these guys again. The House of Torture are always gonna be some underhanded bullshit.
Well, at least with Fujita back as their yes man, he can counteract Dick Togo. But what about the rest of the house? I mean, we know in the 17th in Yamagata, Sho's basically putting Taichi in an enormous handicap. He didn't let Taichi pick his own stipulation for the KOPW title match. Instead, he let all the members of the House of Torture pick, and every option favors Sho.
Of course they did.
This Sho's a fucking nutcase.
Nut job of sorts.
Personally, I'd rather stick his balls in a crocodile's mouth while shoving his head up a damn unicorn's ass.
Jesus Christ, you have to rip off the nerd for this? Touche.
I hate
Screw the House of Torture then.
Right. The mighty may get beat, but the mighty don't kneel.
Indeed. The mighty never fall.
Kneel.
Yeah, we get you.
Next up, Yamanashi Aimase Yamanashi Arena.
The day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
I don't even know why there's going to be a football game between the Dolphins and Jets on Twitch and Amazon that day.
I have no idea. Let's not forget at Thanksgiving, they always stuff 3 games. 3 games is a bit much.
Yeah, 2 of them at least make sense, though. Tradition for the Lions and Cowboys. But the third one makes no sense at all.
It doesn't.
Anyway, Sobrano Jr. and Atlantis Jr. versus Bad Luck Fale and Jack Bonza.
I would like to go with the juniors.
Okay, I'll go that way.
Fair enough.
Minoru Suzuki and Yuji Nagata against Yoda Tsuji and Z. Tsuji and Z.
I also go with Tsuji and Z.
Bishamon versus Monster Sauce. Bishamon.
I go with Monster Sauce.
Okay. G.O.D. versus Just 5 Guys. I say we throw Just 5 Guys a bone here.
I agree. My vote's on them. Now we move on to Kanagawa in the Fujisawa City Aki Badai Cultural Gymnasium. That's
Nice.
a mouthful.
Nice job, though.
Thank you.
A block in action, and we start with Umino and Narita versus the Gates of Agony.
Yep.
I'm going to take Umino and Narita.
Same here. The Gates of Agony can be shoved into a butt for all I care.
War Dogs versus Chaos. I'm going to go War Dogs.
I embrace chaos. My vote is on chaos.
House of Torture against Kiyomiya and Oiwa. This is a no-brainer to me. House of Torture.
I'm going with Oiwa and Kiyomiya.
That's a fine one. Okan and HENARE versus Haste and Nicholls. Let's bring out the silver dollar of destiny.
Fine by me.
If it's
Flip
heads,
it.
Okan, HENARE, tails, TMDK.
Go for it.
Tails, TMDK.
Fair enough.
You going TMDK as well?
Yes, I am.
November 26th.
November 26th.
Fukushima, the Big Palette. B-Block in action again. Soprano Jr. and Atlantis Jr. against Monster Sauce. Bring on the sauce.
Oh, yes. Bring on the sauce indeed.
I don't know how Vic even drinks these.
I don't know.
Bishamon against Rogue Army. I'm actually going to go Rogue Army here.
Well, looks like Rogue Army standing by. I'm going with the Rogues.
Interesting matchup when you have Minoru Suzuki and Yuji Nagata against just 5 guys. Especially when you consider that Taichi learned everything he knew under Suzuki for 11 years while they were in Suzuki-gun. And Uemura, well, he was always Suzuki's punching bag when he was a young lion.
Yep.
This is a tough one. Especially when you consider that 3 of these 4 guys are either from northern or western Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take...
My vote's going to have to go with just 5 guys.
I'm going with upset here. Nagata and Suzuki.
That might prove to be interesting.
G.O.D. against Tsuji and Z. I'm actually going to go with G.O.D. here.
Fair enough. I'm going with Z and Tsuji.
Okay. November 28th, Aichi, the Nagoya Congress Center Event Hall.
Yep.
A block. Let's see what we got. Gates of Agony versus the War Dogs. This is going to be violent. It's going to be physical.
It's going to be brutal.
True. I'm going to say the dogs get their heads caught in the gates.
Yes, indeed. The War Dogs need to be put down.
House of Torture versus Okan and HENARE. If there's no Cobb or Newman to counteract the rest of the house, Okan and HENARE are fucked. Simple as that.
I know.
On that notion alone, House of Torture.
Fair enough. I choose HENARE and Okan for the upset.
Okay. Yano and Ishii versus Haste and Nicholls.
This is going to be a tough one. So if it were me, I'd say I go with Yano and Ishii.
I'm sticking with youth. I'm going Shane Haste and Mikey Nicholls.
Fair enough.
Ren Narita and Shota Umino versus Kaito Kiyomiya and Ryohei Oiwa. I mean, Kiyomiya does have a bit of a grudge against both these guys. He took Umino to a draw in the G1, and Narita basically cost him his shot in the playoffs of the G1 climax. But then again, that's your own damn fault, Kiyomiya. You couldn't get a win in your last... You went winless in your last 5 matches, going 0-3-2 after winning your first 2. That's your damn fault, Kiyomiya. Know what I mean?
Yep. So true.
But if he wants vindication, I say we give it to him. Kiyomiya and Oiwa.
Yep.
Umino and Narita have to lose at some point.
Yes, that's true. My vote's on Oiwa and Kiyomiya.
Shizuoka. Twin Messe Shizuoka North Hall.
Nice man.
B block back in that.
And it's going to keep on repeating until a certain point.
Suji and Z versus Banza and Fale. Suji and Z.
I vote for Bonza and Fale.
Okay. Suzuki and Nagata versus Leo and Phantasmo. I'm going to go G.O.D.
I'm also probably going to go with G.O.D.
You got or just 5 guys against Monster Sauce.
Bring on the sauce.
If Taichi and Uemura really want to change the world, they better prove it.
Yes,
Taichi
they
knows
do.
Archer better than anyone in this one. So if his knowledge can be given to Uemura in this situation, I say the Heat Storm burns through the sauce. I'm giving the win to just 5 guys.
That's fair enough. I will probably do the same.
You said Monster Sauce.
Oh, yeah, I did. I said bring on the sauce. That's what I said.
Bishamon versus Sobrano and Atlantis Juniors.
Ooh, that's good.
Can't give Bishamon too many more wins, so I'm going to give my vote to Sobrano and Atlantis.
As will I. The juniors deserve to shine. Now we reach December 1st at Wakayama at the Prefectural Gymnasium.
That we do. Back to the A block. Gates of Agony versus House of Torture. Brother.
You don't seem happy.
I mean, I'm okay with this being the opening tournament match on this card. Better this than the main event. That said, it's still going to drag the card down.
Yep.
My pick, Gates of Agony.
I figured you would choose the Gates of Agony. I choose Liona and Kuan.
TMDK versus Kiyomiya and Oiwa. I'm going to give this to Kiyomiya and Oiwa.
I will probably do the same.
HENARE and Okan against the War Dogs. These are my dogs for real. Too sweet me.
Let the War Dogs lie. Cry havoc and let's slip the dogs of war.
Umino and Narita versus Ishii and Yano. I'm going to give this to Narita and Umino.
I'm giving it to Yano and Ishii.
Why? Because you want to get a laugh out of this main event from Yano?
Yes, I want to get a laugh for once.
Oh, you'll get a laugh on when I tell you what happened at the DET show this past Sunday.
Oh, please do. I need a laugh.
Okay. The Iron Man Heavy Metal title match between Kazuki Hirata and Hiromu Takahashi was like this random roulette wheel death match where every 3 to 5 minutes or so, Hiromu would spin a roulette wheel with different stipulations in the match.
Indeed.
And you wouldn't believe some of the stips he had to deal with.
Oh my god, that's gonna get ugly.
I mean, there was one stipulation where it was a handicap match where he had to team up with Yoshihiko the blow-up doll.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, why that?
There were 2 dancing contests, and I don't understand why DT does this. A blindfold bra removal round.
Who comes up with this shit?
Don't ask me. Anyway, after he pinned Hirata, Hiromu collapsed on the campus in a moment in which the IWGP Junior title was on his chest, and the ref counted 3 to give the IWGP Junior Championship belt, the DT Iron Man title, and then Hirata pinned the IWGP Junior Championship to get the title.
Wow.
And then as Hiromu was walking on his way out, he got jumped and kissed by Donshaku Dino.
Damn.
I told you that belt makes me bust a gut.
I figured you would.
Anyway, let's move on to Osaka. December 2nd, the second gym. G.O.D. against Rogue Army. This could be retribution for Hikuleo and Phantasmo because more so for Phantasmo because of the complacency and the fact and Folly's absence in what happened to Phantasmo that led him to getting kicked out of Bullet Club in April.
Wow.
So I'm going to give this to Phantasmo and Leo. You're probably going Rogue Army, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Umino and Taichi versus Atlantis and Soberano. I'm going to go Umino and Taichi.
As will I. Forgive me, juniors, but you got to lose sometime.
Zayn Archer versus Suzuki and Nagata. Monster Sauce.
Let the sauce fly.
And flow.
Finally, the main event. Hashi and Goto versus Z and Tsuji.
Z and Tsuji. Like I said, as the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champs, I don't see Goto and YOSHI-HASHI getting out of this round and getting out of the preliminary round and making it a three-peat. Because the only reason they won the last two tournaments is due to COVID restrictions and border closures. The roster for the tournaments were stretched unbearably thin. Throwing both at the 2020 and 2021 tournaments got clumped together with the best of the Super Juniors due to COVID shutdowns, and the Super Junior Tag League got clumped in with last year's World Tag League. So which way are you going with this one, Jose?
I'm probably going to go with Z and Tsuji.
Okay. December 3rd, Hyogo, RCI Himeji.
We only got about 6 of these left. This might prove nice.
Yep. I believe this is the penultimate night of the A block, if we did the math correctly.
Yeah. HENARE and Okan versus Liona and Kuan. So I would rather pick Liona and Kuan than the Bishamon.
First I'm going to do this. Crowns up. HENARE and Okan.
Fair enough.
Yano and Ishii versus Oiwa and Kiyomiya. I'm going to go Yano and Ishii.
Yep. I'm
War
voting
Dogs.
also for Yano and Ishii.
Oh, God. Semi-main is War Dogs versus House of Torture. This is going to be a shit show that drags down.
It's going to be a war zone.
Yeah. I mean, I know David Finlay's not on this card because in any of these matches because, well, he's prepping for a triple threat between himself, Moxley, and Ospreay for whatever the new secondary title is going to be after he destroyed both the IWGP US Heavyweight and UK Heavyweight Championships at Power Struggle right in front of the faces of both Jon Moxley and Will Ospreay. I don't even know why Kaito is so desperate to push Finlay as the new Gaijin ace. I mean, I understand, but you're doing more harm than good with this guy.
Yeah. So if I were to pick, it would have to be the War Dogs.
Damn right. Let the dogs storm through the house, rip the furniture, piss on the beds, and blunt the knives, bend the forks, smash the bottles, burn the corks, chip the glasses, crack the plates, cut the cloth, shred the fat, leave the bones of the bedroom out, pour the milk on the pantry floor, splash wine on every door, dump the crocks in a boiling boil, pound them up with a thumping hole, and when they're finished defending their hold, send them down the fucking hole to roll.
God damn.
Whew. Kid and Coughlin. Enough said. Umino and Narita versus the Mighty Don't Kneel. Umino and Narita.
I'm voting for the Umino and Narita too.
December 4th, Kochi Perfectual Gym. Penultimate night of the B block.
Yep. There are only 3 matches, surprisingly. Oh, wait, no, because there's 4, because it went from 6 to 9. All right, let's do it.
You or more Taichi versus the Rogue Army. I am going to go Taichi and Uemura.
I probably will do the same. Sorry, Bonza and Fale.
Phantasmo and Hikuleo versus Soberano and Atlantis Jr. Soberano and Atlantis.
Yep, the juniors need to shine, so my vote goes to them.
Bishamon versus Suzuki and Nagata.
I choose Hashi and Goto.
I'll go that route too, even though the tiebreakers don't favor them.
Yep.
Suji and Z versus Monster Sauce, Suji and Z.
Indeed, the monster sauce won't be tasting any victory tonight.
Which is funny when you consider that Alex Zane's whole character is that he's a Taco Bell enthusiast.
Yep. Now we're about to reach hopefully Wednesday the 6th in Karatsu Athletic Stadium.
In Saga, last night for the A block.
Yep.
This will be determined by order of ranking. Based on the mathematics. We're going to start with Oiwa and Kiyomiya versus the Gates of Agate. We're going to start with Yano and Ishii versus HENARE and Okan.
I vote for Yano and Ishii.
HENARE and Okan on my end.
Good idea. All right. Then.
Oiwa and Kiyomiya versus the Gates of Agony.
The Gates of Agony deserve to fall.
Close the gates. Oiwa and Kiyomiya.
As indeed.
Then the main event. Semi-main. House of Torture versus Umino and Narita. I'm going to give this to Umino and Narita.
As will I. The House of Torture does not deserve any victory today.
TMDK versus the War Dogs. War Dogs.
Let's slip the dogs of war.
Miyagi. Konojo City Hayamizu Sports Cultural Center. December 7th. I said that right, didn't I?
Yeah, but according to this, the full card and card order will be shown in a later date. So all we have are the B block tournaments now.
Again, based on math, we'll start with Suzuki and Nagata against the Rogue Army. Let's throw the New Japan Papas, the Kind Dad and Murder Grandpa, the bone here.
Indeed. My vote is on Suzuki and Nagata.
Hikuleo and Phantasmo against Monster Sauce. Let's go Monster Sauce.
Let the sauce flow.
Suji and Z against Soberano Jr. and Atlantis Jr. Suji and Z.
I go with the juniors.
And finally, Bishamon against Just Five Guys. Just Five Guys.
That's 5 guys is all it takes to get the job done. Now we reach Kagoshima in the Kirishima City Masizono Arena. And this is where things are going to be interesting. The semi-final match.
If we did the math correctly, the winner of A block was Narita and Umino, while the runner-up in B, I believe, was Just Five Guys.
Yeah.
And on that, I'm going to go Narita and Umino.
I will do the same.
Where first place in B was Suji and Z, and winner and second in A was the War Dogs. I'm taking the War Dogs.
Let the War Dogs howl. And now it comes to this.
December 10th, Grand Messe Kumamoto in Kumamoto. Where we have, it's an all A block affair. War Dogs, Narita, and Umino. We need a heel team in this spot. I'm giving it to the War Dogs.
I vote for the War Dogs as well. Let the War Dogs howl.
Got that right.
Yep.
That's it for tonight. We'll catch you again on Friday when we do our picks for AEW Full Gear.
This will prove to be an interesting show.
That will. And this will be an interesting tour.
Yep.
Leave comments, smash like, sub to both our channels. Mega Man G and Mets 2128 signing out. Till then, we must bid you adieu. See you this Friday at 7. Goodbye and good fucking night. Bang.
Bang, bang, indeed.
And cut.